verse. Just to explain where we are in the Stargate timeline when this all begins, the most recent story in the timeline was the end of Stargate Universe Season 2. That's like the latest we've been in the main timeline canonically. The Stargate Continuum movie had a lot of time travel shenanigans where they actually go into the further future, but they erased that alternate timeline at the end of that movie, so you don't need to worry about that. What they will probably do when they launch this new series is in the lead up to that, they'll do a whole bunch of recaps for people who haven't watched the TV series in a while or brand new fans who do want to catch up on the old stuff. But I think the idea is they want you to be able to jump into this new TV series without knowing what happened on the previous series, so you won't absolutely have to watch all that old stuff to understand what's happening with Season 1, Episode 1 of this brand new series. You'll be fine. Marvel actually had a bunch of problems in the last couple of years because there were a couple movies that actually depended on you watching some of the TV series to understand what's happening in the movies. They don't want this to happen with a lot of other stuff now. Marvel themselves and other big franchises like, no, please, come see the movie. You'll be fine. Come see the new TV series. You don't need to watch all that old stuff. You'll be great. That being said, though, all the old series are all a lot of fun, so do have fun just dipping into that old stuff. You just don't absolutely have to watch all of it. Just because the end of Atlantis and the end of Universe are like the last part that we were in the timeline, the way they explained it is that during Atlantis, they were going to eventually take the ancient city back into space. There'd be more space battles, the Genii would come back. They'll probably roll that into the beginning of this new series because they probably would have already dealt with that by the end of Stargate Universe because a couple years would have gone by.
I'll make sure you get home.
This is my home.
They actually said that had Stargate Universe not been canceled, Season 3 would have featured the crew coming out of stasis, learning more about the origin of the universe, exploring that, the signal that was coming from the center of the universe, the origin of the universe. Eli would have aged up because he was the only one that didn't go into stasis. They would have reestablished communications with Earth, and because they were traveling across galaxies at near light speed, if you think about relative physics, way more time would have passed for the people on Earth, so they said that there would have been a time skip effect where they contact Earth, but the Earth that they get in touch with is a much more advanced, distant future version of the Earth. They will probably throw that bit out for this new TV series, like it'll probably be set in relative present day. Maybe, if they're lucky, they can get Richard Dean Anderson to cameo and come out of retirement, but he's been having health problems recently, so if everything works out, maybe they'll just have some jokes about that during the initial episodes, like, well, we tried to get General O'Neill to come back, but he's retired now. But like I said, McKay, Daniel Jackson, Teal'c, Mitchell, Shepard, probably all cameo at some point along the way. I'm sure Jason Momoa will also come back at some point. He does so many different TV series in addition to his really big movies. Lobo is just his next big thing in Supergirl next year. Everybody post all your reactions in the comments below and let me know what you want them to do with this new Stargate TV series and new Stargate movies.